Just like your perfect Christmas gifts, love comes in all shapes and sizes, and it can take you by surprise. Not my words, but those of everyone's favorite maitre d', Fred Zariix, who has coaxed and shepherded many a nervous singleton through their televised blind date on the Channel 4 reality show First Dates. Ever since Blind Date hit our screens in the mid-1980s, audiences have been hooked on the dating show format, along with the license for prurience it provides. But First Dates offers more than this. Its winning combination of slick editing and genuinely painstaking efforts at matchmaking leave us rooting for many of the singletons on display and entirely thrilled when it all works out. And, in so many cases, it has done. As we are told in the Christmas special of the show, which airs on Christmas Day, this year more than 80 couples have found love in the First Dates restaurant, otherwise known as Paternoster Chop House in London. Here, in the shadow of St. Paul's Cathedral, hopeful singles put on their game faces and brace themselves for what the show's producers have in store. Which sometimes, it turns out, is love, actually. As evidence of this, First Dates at Christmas brings back some of the couples who have previously hit it off on the show, to dangle their newfound happiness before us like baubles. Credit Dave King. Channel 4 Christmas is the season of giving, says Fred, who is never short of a bon mot on the subject of romance. But love is the only gift that can last a lifetime. Well, it's too soon to say if the love between returning couples, Fran and Will, Aaron and Aviva, Ajay and Hema, and Doreen and James will last a lifetime, but it's certainly lasted since the cameras stopped trolling on the initial episodes they appeared in. And for every cynic who cries bah, humbug, there'll be thousands more moist-eyed romantics watching, hearts warmed by these uplifting love stories. I applied to the show about a year ago, around Christmas time, because I wanted someone to spend it with, Will tells me. The tree-loving office broker from a well-heeled corner of southwest London had, at 24, been single pretty much my entire life. Then, he met 22-year-old personal assistant Fran, equally upper crust, wild about men in tweed and also terminally single. So tongue-tied and embarrassed did the poor pair seem initially, it was a wonder they made it through the meal. Awkward silences were punctuated only by stilted snatches of conversation and a painful attempt at a compliment. "I like your style," faltered Will. "It's interesting, it's good. Nice scarf. Nice brown thing." Fran jokes now that she's since taken the brown thing to a charity shop. And they still can't agree on what to call it. It's been almost 11 months since the two met, and their mutual affection is touching. I expect to spend the rest of my life with this girl. I'm so excited. Will, now 25, says today. "I can't imagine life without him," adds Fran. Aw. Credit Dave King. Channel 4. But how, I wonder, did they go from the apex of awkwardness we saw on TV to the ability to converse like normal human beings? Both of them relaxed when no longer being filmed, they explain. "We had a nice drink straight afterwards and got to know each other properly and organized to go for a meal a week and a half later," says Will. "I then asked if she would come out for a supper with me 2 days later. I couldn't let someone else get in there." Ajay and Hema meanwhile had one major obstacle to overcome, before their own true love could blossom: Ajay's preposterous handlebar mustache. "Do you plan on keeping it?" asked Hema, a giggly, diminutive 34-year-old from South London, on their first date. The offending appendage is notably absent from the Christmas special. "We went and played ping pong and he said, 'Let's play for something. If you win you get to take my mustache and beard off. If he won I had to kiss him with the mustache and beard.' Hema accepted the third date challenge, but after losing the game, still refused to kiss Ajay. A few drinks later, however, Ajay, a 40-year-old accountant, took the hint. We went outside afterwards and he saw a barber, grabbed my hand and went in," says Hema. "He got it all shaved off." Credit Dave King. In September, they moved in together, less than 18 months after meeting on First Dates. "I don't want to just mess around and play the field, and that was my whole motivation to come on the show," says Ajay. "I just wanted to share my life with someone." Hema adds, "We both wanted similar things for the future. We're both family-oriented. We both said we wanted kids. Aaron and Aviva said so too, and have been as good as their word." The couple from Bristol have obligingly produced the First Dates baby, a cherubic little girl named Aziza. Doreen and James, both octogenarians from London, inevitably had other plans. "It's never too late to fall in love again," James declared optimistically before the pair met. He had been single for around 7 decades. What followed was TV magic after bonding over garden roses. They return this week as a twosome. No one ever gives up on love, says Barnaby Colin, executive producer of the show. Whether you're 18 or 80, you want to find that person. We've got a 92-year-old in the next series. But how do they go about matching up all those hopeful lonely hearts? Unlike on Tinder, the daters don't get to swipe through myriad choices. The production team does that for them. Which is probably just as well, for there are currently 340,000 applicants on the First Dates database. Locating the one for each person selected must be like finding a needle in a haystack. Credit Dave King. There's a lot of hours dedicated to matching the people, says Colin. We're not matchmakers, we're TV producers and researchers, but we've honed it over the years and have these mad matchmaking meetings where we have all the boys and all the girls on cards and we all go in and argue about the pros and cons of a match. Socioeconomic background, relationship history, children and a compatible senses of humor are all considered. A lengthy interview process kicks off once an applicant has got through the audition stage. Still, there's no accounting for taste, and every match is subject to the women's desire or lack thereof at the singletons themselves. Even those that look perfect on paper will not always lead to sparks flying. But oh how we will them too, as Colin says. The producers don't want the show to be car crash or conflicty as such. It differs from much other reality output, including that based on dating. It's a very hopeful show and a very warm show, Colin adds. And there's something else besides. Although it's about dating, it's very much a documentary about how Britons live, he says. We used to be a nation of stiff upper lips. Now we tell each other, and in some cases countless million TV viewers, our innermost hopes and fears, our terror of moving through life without that someone special to share it with, our unerring hope that we will find the one. The best story, from Shakespeare down, is love, says Colin. He's right, of course. And it's certainly the best Christmas story, too. First Dates at Christmas is on Channel 4 at 9 p.m. on December 20.